This video will use incremental analysis to make the decision easier for an organization to determine whether they should make or buy part of the product that it is that they sell. So the problem that I'm going to walk you through here is a problem where we have a manufacturing company that currently manufactures these fancy little smartphone cases, and they manufacture them internally, and they have an option now from a vendor to buy each one of them for $15 and simply just resell them then. So in essence they would be getting out of the manufacturing business. And so this company, SIGS Computers, has put together a budget for the next year, and the budget is listed right here, and this budget is assuming that they make 20,000 of these smartphone cases. And if some additional information here, if the company does go ahead and buy the product instead of manufacturing it, any space that's vacated would be used to simply make the CEO's office bigger. So in other words, we're saying there are no opportunity costs in vacating our manufacturing premise, which might not be necessarily realistic, but for our purposes that's what we're doing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to prepare a differential analysis report to help us make that decision easier. So what I've done is I've put it together something similar to this would help you make this decision. I've pulled over here, they're kind of hiding these costs that came off of the last screen that we just saw, and these are all the costs that I've budgeted. So the question now becomes, if I make the product, do I still have these salaries? Well, what kind of salaries are they? They're the manufacturing salaries, so all the people that are employed to actually push the buttons on the machines and crank the levers, and I would still, if I choose to make them, I'm going to have those costs. Yeah, I would also have those benefits, so I would pull that $35,000 over here under my make column as well. The supplies would be the little bat wings and the different plastic that we would use, so I would still have the supplies. And we just work down the list here. So what I still have office expenses like a paper to put into my copy machine, ink to run the printers, pens, pencils, all those sorts of things. I would still have those if I continue to make the product. I would still have to depreciate my office equipment. I would still have to depreciate my computer. Now this cost to purchase row here I've added. If I determine that I want to make it, I'm not going to purchase it. So my total cost to make run up to $362,000. Now if I decide to buy the product instead of making it, I'm not going to have these salaries. I would lay those people off. They wouldn't have a job anymore. So therefore I wouldn't have their benefits to pay either, and I wouldn't need to buy any of the plastic or any of the components that go into making this case, because they would be presumably part of the purchase price. The office expenses, now I'm still going to have my invoices I need to print. I've got to have printers to run the back portion of my office and all the administrative functions. I'm still going to have my office depreciation, so those costs don't go away. I still have my computer I'm going to depreciate whether I make or buy. But in addition now, we can't forget I have the cost to purchase the item, and the problem told us we pay $15 for each item, and we're going to assume that we're going to need to purchase 20,000 of them. So now we've in essence completed the incremental analysis report. You can see here if I were to buy the product, it would run me $377,000 in cost. If I were to make it, it would be cheaper. And so using incremental analysis, the decision becomes easy. Just if we're looking at financial impact only, I should continue to make it. It's cheaper. And so this last column over here simply shows us, if we make instead of buy, our income would go down by $220, because I would have those salaries and benefits and supplies. And there's these costs right here would be considered irrelevant. In other words, they don't change whether I make or buy it, but the items that you see changing are considered relevant costs. So the total here, if you were just to look at this column, would be, yeah, definitely go ahead and make it. You're going to save $15,000 over the course of 1 year, assuming that our projection holds true.